Hello everyone, welcome to Online Study for You, one step solution for all your placement needs. I hope you all are well and safe. So basically, as your Infosys exam is approaching and most of the students are having exam tomorrow, so all the best for this. Guys, do your best. So in this video, we'll be discussing a pseudo course regarding that. First of all, let me tell you that Infosys is sending mails regarding two job roles, that is system engineer and operation executive. So those who have got the mail regarding operation executive, I guess for them there is not the section of pseudocode, so pseudocode is not present for them. Maybe that some students told that they have applied for system engineer but got the mail regarding operation executive. So maybe according to your qualifications also you were matching to that particular role, so that's why you have got the same. Okay, so just give the test and rest you have to see later. Okay, so let's see our first question. So the first question is that one. So basically here you have to tell the output, that what will be the output for given code. So here we are having an integer a, initializing this with 10, and we are simply running a for loop. Now here we are doing int z equal to a. So what is the value of a? That is 10. This is bitwise and that is what? That is what? Right shift. Okay, and right shift. So see, I have already told you the formula for right shift. So if you are having a right shift by b, so simply what is the formula, how you can determine the value? So that will be a divided by 2 raised to b. Okay, and here we are having a right shift by 1. So what is the value of a as of now? That is 10. So 10 right shift by 1, that will be nothing but 10 divided by 2p power 1, that will be 5. So we are doing, okay, so that is giving us 5. So 10, what is the binary value of 10? That is 1010, and the binary value of 5 is what? 0101. Okay, and bitwise AND will give you 1 only if both the values are 1. So here we are having 0, that will give us 0, 0, 0, 0. If z, see, this condition will be true only if z is not 0. Other than 0, if there is any other value, this condition of it will be true. But as of now, we are having 0 only in the z, so that won't be true. Now a value will be reduced, that is going to be 9 now. So what is the value? What is the, so now we have 9 bitwise AND 9 divided by 2 raised to 1. So that will give you 4. Okay, so 9 bitwise AND 4. So what is the binary value for 9? So that will be 1001. 4, what is the binary value for 4? So that will be 0100. So 0000. Even now z is 0, so that statement won't be printed. Now again we will reduce the value, so that is going to be 8 now. A is going to be 8 now. So 8, the binary value of 8 is 1000, and 8 2 raised to 1, that will give us 4 itself. So for 4 we have 0100. Okay, so 0000, still we are getting 0, so that condition, that if condition won't be true. Now again let's we will reduce the value of a, that will be 7 now. So now what we have? 7. So what is the value for 7? 111. 7, and 7 divided by 2 raised to 1, that will give us 3. So the binary value of 3 is what? 011. So that will give you 110, that is 3 itself. It means you can see that this time the value of z is not, now this time the value of z is not 0. So this if condition will be true, and what is the value of a, that will be printed. So 7 will be printed, right? Next again we are reducing the value of a, that will be 6 now. So what is the binary value for 6? That is 110, and that will give us 3 itself. So 3, the binary value is 011. Okay, so if you will just do bitwise AND here, so here will we have 0 1 0, so that is 2. So z value is now 2, so again this condition will be true, and what is the a value now? That is 6, so 6 will be printed. And if you will keep on doing this again and again, so this condition will become true when the a value is 3. So 763 will be the correct answer for this particular question. So I understood that you must have got the question. So let's see our next question now. Okay, so in that particular question, you have to tell what will be the output of the given pseudocode, and the value of x and y is equal to 3, right? So here what we are having, if y equals 0, so as of now x and y both are 3, so y is not 0, so nothing will happen. Else if y mod 2, y value is 3, 3 mod 2 equal to 0, that won't be true, right? So if that is not the case, so we are doing x into, what is the value of x? That is 3. 3 into p, x, that is 3, y divided by 2. What is the value of y? 3. 3 divided by 2, you will get 1 into p, 3, and y divided by 2, you will get 1. Fine. So again, what will happen? This function will be called, right? So for this particular thing, for first of all, let's call for this one. So this function will be called, so even now y value is not 0, and also y mod 2 is not equal to 0, so that's why this part will again execute it. So 3 into 3 p, now x will be 3, y divided by 2, that is 1 divided by 2, that will be 0, into, that will also give you 3 comma 0. Now you can see here is y value 0, here is y value 0, so what it is returning, our function, that is 1. So from here we will get 1, from here we will get 1. Even now this part is left to solve. So if you will call for this particular function, so here what you will be getting, 3 into, and now for this one also y value will be 1 by 2, so that will be 3 comma 0 into p, 3 comma 0. So it will be equal to 1, and that will also be 1. So if you will multiply all of them, you will get 27, right? So 27 will be the correct answer for this particular pseudocode. Let's see our next question. So here in this question, you have to basically tell that how many times this laptop will be printed. So here we are simply having a for loop, and inside this for loop we are having another loop, that is inner loop. So this outer loop is running from a equal to 0 less than equal to 2, and this inner loop is running from b equal to 0 less than equal to a. So as of now, a value is what? 0. So 0 less than equal to 0, condition is true, so laptop will be printed. Okay. Now again, b plus, like b value will be incremented, so we will come out of this loop. A value will be 1 now. 1 less than equal to 2, condition is true, so here we'll be having 0 less than equal to 1 this time. So 0 less than equal to 1, yes, so LA will be printed. 1 less than equal to 1, LA will be printed, and when b value will be 2, will be come out of this loop. Now again, a value will be incremented, that will be 2. 2 less than equal to 2, yes, condition is true. So here in the inner loop, what do we have? 0 less than equal to 2, LA will be printed. 1 less than equal to 2, LA will be printed, and 2 less than equal to 2, LA will be printed, and then we will come out of this inner for loop. So how many times laptop is printed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times laptop is printed, so that's why 6 will be the correct answer for this particular question. So let's see our next question now. Okay, so here we are having two integers, that is a and p, and now what we are doing, we are setting a equal to 5, and then we are doing a equal to a plus 1, so that is 5 plus 1, that will be 6. Next we are doing a equal to a into 2, so 6 into 2, that will be 12, and you can see here also we are dividing the a by 2, so that will be 6 itself. Now we are doing p equal to a divided by 5 plus 6. So what is the value of a? That is 6. 6 divided by 5 plus 6. So you can see if you will divide 6 by 5, we'll be having 1. So 1 plus 6 equal to 7. So what will be the correct answer? 7 will be the correct answer for this particular question. So let's see our next question now. So here we are having two variables, that is a and b. The type of a is float and the type of b is long int. First of all, talking about the size of float, so that is 4 bytes, and the size of long int, that is 8 bytes, right? Now what we are doing, we are printing simply size of a equal size of a plus b. So size of a is what? Float is what? 4 byte, right? And here we are doing a plus b, that is 0.0 plus 12. So that will also give you a floating point number, right? That will also give you a floating point number. So now a plus b, for a plus b also the size will be 4 only. So that's why size of a equal size of a plus b, the condition is true. Like, so what will be printed? See, they are saying to print an integer value. So as if this is true, so that's why 1 will be printed. So the correct answer for this particular question will be 1. Let's see our next question. So here we are having, so basically here also you have to tell the output. See, here we are having a floating value, that is float variable, that is x, and we are initializing x equal to 1. Now what we are doing that here, now what we are having here, so see, x is what, x is float value, right? And we are using this um, this for integer purpose, right? This is what we use for integer purpose. So that's why what will happen, some random garbage value will be printed. Option will be provided to you, so don't worry about this. So you won't get any error, for sure you won't get any error, but some garbage value will be given instead of giving the value that is a store. So the correct answer for this one regarding output will be the garbage value. Here's our next question. So what we are doing here, we are having three integers I, j, n. We are setting n equal to 5. Then we are having two loops. So the outer loop is from I equal to 1 less than equal to 5, and the inner loop is from j equal to 1 less than equal to I. So first of all, j and I both are 1. So 1 less than equal to 1 condition is true. So what will be printed? We are printing I. Fine. So 1 will be printed. Next, what will happen? So j value will be incremented. So now we will come out of this inner for loop. I value will be incremented. That is going to be 2 now. So 2 less than equal to 5. Condition is true. Now here we have 1 less than equal to 2. So I will be printed. That is 2. Now j value will be 2. So 2 less than equal to 2. Condition is true. So 2 will be printed. So when j will become 3, so the loop will be terminated. Now I value will be what? I value will be 3. 3 less than equal to 5. Yes, condition is true. So 1 less than equal to 3. So I will be printed. That is 3. Again 2 less than equal to 3. So 3 will be printed. 3 less than equal to 3. I value will be printed. Now I value will be incremented. That is going to be 4 now. So again this loop will run how many times? 1 less than equal to 4, 4 times. So 4, 4, 4, 4 will be printed. Now I value will be what? 5. 5 less than equal to 5. Condition is true. So here in the inner loop we have 1 less than equal to 5. So how many times I will be printed? 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that will be the output for the given pseudocode, right? Let's see our next question. So this is our next question, and for this one I forgot to mention the num value. That will be what? 10. Okay, so the num value is 10. Now you all have to tell that what will be the answer for this particular pseudocode. You all have to comment the answer, right? So that is kind of your homework. Let's see our next question. So here what do we have? Here we are having an integer x, and the value of x we have set to 299. So here we are doing if x equals to 0, so that is not 0 for sure, so nothing will happen. Otherwise, if x mod 9, so if you will divide this by 9, so what will be the value? That will be 9327, 9327 and 2. So you can see the remainder is not 0, that is 2. Fine, so nothing will happen. Again we are if even this is not the case, so we are printing simply x mod 9, so that is what? 2. Okay, so 2 will be printed for this particular question. So this is it for this video. All the best guys for your exam. Keep preparing, keep practicing all sort of things, keep practicing aptitude etc. That will be very helpful for you. So thank you so much for watching this video. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.